Hello, welcome in. This is Cleora, and I've got a message about your destiny. So take what resonates, leave the rest, and I'm going to dive straight in and see what the divine realm has to tell us. Okay. Show me. I'm going to be doing a Celtic cross and seeing what comes out. I'm getting that you've been sticking at something with a lot of dedication. You know, you've been really dedicated to something. And I'm getting the feeling that you can feel some sort of excitement building within you. 9 of Cups. 2 of Pentacles. It's almost like there's an excitement building in you because you can sort of sense that something big's gonna happen, you know. And even with a lot of success, there can also be this sort of feeling of nervous excitement. That's what I'm going to call it. Nervous excitement. Wow. Knight of Swords on the bottom of the deck. Okay. This is amazing. Okay. I feel like you entered a creative sphere of being in your past at some point. Could be the recent past, but I feel like this is built up in you for quite a long time. Something you're launching or something that is now coming to a point where the world is seeing it, recognizing it, and you're having a big amount of feedback. Okay, 9 of Pentacles is the crowning energy. You've reached this level of success. You've reached this beautiful, bountiful level of fruition, where there's going to be so much energy coming in, so much abundance coming in to show you how fruitful you are, how beautiful and abundant your ideas are, your soul is. And this is your destiny to really enjoy the fruits of your dedication. I can see, you know, 2 of Pentacles crossing the 9 of Cups. This is wish fulfillment here as the central energy of your reading. But I do feel like, you know, your emotions could feel a bit back and forth. And I do feel like there could be a lot of maybe rushing around and, you know, going to an appointment here or fulfilling some sort of quota there. You know, you've got quite a few things that are going on at the moment, but it's in a lovely kind of excited way. Okay. This is sort of like the birthing portal for all of your abundance to come through in relation to something that you've put huge amounts of dedication into. With this Empress energy showing up on the table, Libra, Taurus energy, and Judgment right here, okay? This is your calling. Your gift is being recognized in a really big way. And, you know, it could feel like sort of really being born into a new arena, a new energy, because it feels to me like the world is recognizing you. And I feel like the excitement that's building up in you is as a result of you causing some sort of shock factor or surprising people in a major way when it comes to what you've done, what you've created, and what people are going to see. You know, people are going to be shocked in the best way possible by what you've done, by what you've achieved, and by what you've created. And I can see that, you know, one sort of cycle of creation is wrapping itself up. You know, you're getting to that pinnacle point of happiness and celebration and being celebrated. And it is going to be big, which is why I feel like you can feel it in the air that something big is coming, you know. And they are sort of jokingly saying, be careful what you wish for, because, whoa, you're going to have huge feedback and huge recognition. And this is going to be wonderful. But, you know, it is kind of like being on stage, that kind of feeling. There's a wondrousness to that, but there's also, you know, a potential nervousness and a potential feeling of like, whoa, I'm being observed here. Wow, all this energy is coming at me. So they're saying this is a heads up to let you know that your work or you know, you're going to have a major impact, and that impact has already been summoned. You're already in the process of getting ready to receive that, because this is about something you've already done, and you're coming to kind of a big crescendo point, you know, a big kind of culmination point where you're going to feel the full effects of what you've done or what you've created. 99 on the table. 99 could be significant to you. Or just nines in general, the completion of something that really means a lot to you. And we do have the 10 of Cups here as well. So personal wish fulfillment followed up by, this fulfillment of some sort of vision, some happy celebration, happiness on a group level, perhaps a family level, or a tribal level here, and it's going to be very moving. That's probably the right way to put it. This is going to move you in a massive kind of way, Two of Swords here. You can feel something coming, but you haven't quite seen it yet. It hasn't gotten to you yet. But you've mastered something with the Magician energy here. You've really mastered something, and your wisdom is going to be recognized. And you're going to have huge amounts of positive feedback, which sounds amazing, doesn't it? Sounds amazing, but I feel like, maybe you're used to working in an independent way or a solitary way, but either way, even if you're used to working in a group, this is still going to feel like huge amounts of positive feedback. So they're saying, get ready for this. This is going to move you. It could be emotional. There could be tears. There could be just huge amounts of emotion that you and a group of people are going to be experiencing. Energy is contagious, and it's almost like people's shock and awe and wonder is going to rub off on you. You're going to feel this in your soul. And it could take you by surprise, I'm hearing. It could really kind of hit you really hard, the way you affect people in such a glorious way, I'm hearing. The effect you have on people is so amazing. So there's something you've done that has really affected people for the better. And I feel like they're going to be really appreciative of you. They're going to be really impressed with you. And you're going to be quite awestruck yourself, because maybe you've worked on something for quite a long time on your own, and maybe you never thought or imagined that your work could have such a huge effect and such a huge impact. Okay, I'm getting the boomerang effect. You've put all this energy out there, and now it's going to come back very quickly. It's coming back quickly is what I'm getting. Show me the 9 of Cups. The Sun and the 5 of Swords, winning the battle I'm getting here. You've really gone up in the world when it comes to what you were faced with when you were younger, the energies you found yourself experiencing, but also, the way you've turned it around is quite amazing. Because 5 of Swords, you could have been born into something really difficult, or you could have found yourself in challenging circumstances, but you knew on some instinctive level or even a conscious level that everything around you could be turned to gold. The bigger the struggle, the bigger the reward. That's what I'm getting here. Sun all over your reading. Wish fulfillment. And again, we love the sunshine, right? But my, oh my, sometimes it can be so powerful. We're squinting and, it can burn us. It can be quite intense, which is why, they're saying get ready for this. Because this energy coming in, the shock and the energy you're conjuring in people, the effect you have is so big that they're going to have to share it with you somehow. This is about feedback, positive feedback on a huge major level. Show me the Empress, please. You could have a lot to do, a lot of appointments, a lot of people that want to talk to you, see you, spend time with you. And there's that 9 of Pentacles again. So this is something, what I'm getting with this is what you've done affects the whole tree of life. So this is a major event, okay? They're saying it's a major event for humanity. You're sending shockwaves through the quantum field, through the whole tree of life. So people are going to instinctively feel this and want to reward you, want to perhaps send you gifts. I'm hearing give you money, show you their appreciation somehow for the work you've done, for something you've done that's really amazing. So you're gonna be sort of rushed off your feet, I feel like, with so much activity when it comes to receiving back the energy you've put out multiplied. So you've put out a lot of good energy somehow, and you're going to feel the hugeness of this. It's this mad, huge galactic effect you've had on the tree of life. Lots of options. Okay, Knight of Swords again. We've got the Knight of Swords twice. So you hitting this point of success in your life is going to cause huge amounts of communication. You're going to have so many offers, so many options, so many people that want to work with you, who want to deal with you, who think you're amazing. Something about your kindness here. You're evoking a lot of kindness in other people. So people are going to want to tell you how they feel about you and about what you've done and about how you've affected them, how you've made them feel, how you've improved their life. And I'm just hearing that you're going to be glowing with all this sunshine, glowing with the feedback. You know, you're going to get used to it quickly, I feel, because you're being incorporated into a reality where you're celebrated and seen for who you truly are as a wonderful being who's done some amazing work. And the world is better because you're in it. You've improved things. You've really upgraded the frequency. You've really helped things in a major way for this to be coming out as you affecting the tree of life. 9 of Pentacles on top of the Empress. This is a goddess level thing or a god level thing. You've really done something in a major way that people are just going to have to be, I'm hearing they're going to fall all over themselves to praise you, to accept you, and to somehow, some way, let you know that you've really done something that they find so impressive and so beautiful and so amazing. Death energy on top of the Judgment energy. Again, a whole new cycle. And you are going to feel like there's a whole new world for you to step into. Just when you think you've learned so much, you couldn't learn more. It's almost like that. There's a whole new world for you to start afresh in from a new level, a new vantage point, where you can start seeing the world through fresh eyes. Because I know you've been working at something that's really kind of taken all your dedication, and it could have really taken its toll when it comes to how full up you felt, when it comes to how much knowledge you were holding, or how much energy you built up in yourself focusing on the same subject or something like that. And now with the Page of Pentacles, I see you feeling renewed, refreshed, like a whole new version of you. This is a big life event. This is huge with Judgment and the Death card. Being reborn very quickly. You know, you're going to adapt to this new scenario very quickly and very happily. So Spirit's saying, accept this new version of you, go with the flow. Yes, it could be moving. You know, your emotions could really kind of take over your body at times where you might even shed a tear, right? They're saying, go with the flow of this. You know, sometimes we don't want to cry in front of people and stuff like that, but sometimes it's unavoidable, you know? So this is something monumental for the divine realm to be telling me this. Page of Swords and the Ace of Swords. I'm getting that you saw through the illusion somehow. You saw through the tricks and the mind games of something you were involved in previously in your life with the 5 of Swords energy here, and you shone a light on it. You brought consciousness to it. You didn't avoid the truth. You stood in the truth, and that truth made you stronger. Some things are unignorable, is what I'm being told. So you faced something in a very brave and very courageous way. And that has a bearing in this reading. You know, you taking the truth and you using it to get stronger rather than running from it or ignoring it or pretending you don't see it. You faced the truth in the cold light of day. And you still grew something beautiful. You still grew this tree of the self. You blossomed. You became tougher. You became wiser. You became a gift to the realm, is what I'm being told here. 9 of Cups again on top of the Page of Pentacles. Going into this new world, new people, a new reaction from people. People are seeing you in your truest essence. You know, you're really being who you truly are, being your best self, you know. You're one of the rare beings who can actually pull in so much data from your higher self that now I feel like you are going to be operating as your true self, your higher self. I always used to say on my early videos, your higher self is who you truly are. And you are one of the people who can understand what I'm saying when I say that, and also be that on the earth plane. And therefore, there's less separation now between the physical and the non-physical, because you're being that version of you that exists in non-physical. You've pulled so much of that glorious divine essence into your physical being that it's kind of like you've done this miraculous thing where you've pulled so much yin into the yang, so much non-physical ether into the physical. So now you're going to help people realize that we live in one now moment within a dream in our minds forever. And it might feel like there's lots of separation between the physical realm and that which we see as non-physical from this positioning. But really, I feel like you're one of those people who can quite easily understand that it's just the backstage, you know, and you're pulling so much light in from your higher self that you are becoming more and more of your higher self. Perhaps you're one of the people who really understand there's no death. There's just front stage, backstage. Higher self, human self, godly self, physical self. But you certainly are a divine being walking on the earth. Page of Pentacles again. Got lots of doubles in this reading. So again, this is something beyond your imagining. So much wonderful feedback. It's going to blow you away. And I'm hearing it's going to happen like lightning. Some big response is going to come in. Something you've harvested, something you've grown, something you've nurtured, something you've loved into being. You know, it could be that you're waiting for this feedback. Maybe you put something out online or you sent a manuscript away or something. And maybe you're yet to hear back from someone. If that's the case, the feedback is going to be really beautiful, but also it's going to come in a shocking way for you. You're going to shock people with what you've created, but you're also going to be shocked by the way people react to you and the way people love what you've done, the way you've conjured something up so beautiful. 4 of Cups here. Show me one more. And the Chariot. See, the 4 of Cups, you know, if we go back to ancient tarot meanings, it can really be about having so much beautiful energy that you're sharing it with others. And I really feel like that is what is happening here. You're going to be sort of drowning in adulation, drowning in applause. There's going to be so much praise coming at you. You might not know what to do with it. You might need a time out from it with the Hermit card up here. People are going to be so overwhelmed with your success, so overwhelmed with who you are. Show me the Hermit energy, please. It's a crazy message for a crazy world, but, you know, you're doing really well in it. More doubles on the table. 10 of Cups again. The Magician card again. So happy with what you've conjured. And this is group happiness. This is everyone's happiness matching everyone else's happiness. This is you being around people who are on the same frequency of celebration as you. Happy days. You know, people can see through the same eye on this one. So you're going to be incorporated into something, into a new world, a new energy, due to what you've done or created, or due to the effects you've had. And there's so much respect coming your way and so much joy and celebration. I really feel like people are going to be so overwhelmed with your wisdom. And I'm hearing with what they've gained via your wisdom, people are just going to be blown away, knocked off their feet. I'm trying to think of these phrases, right? They're just going to be in awe of you and so thankful for what you've done. Cosmic egg. See, I could feel this with the Empress card. Your energy is particularly elevated. You are particularly evolved. And you've birthed something into the physical realm that only you could do with this cosmic egg. No one else quite has the same balance of energies. No one else has the same spiritual resume that you've got. So this thing you've created, I'm not surprised that people are going to be shocked by it. The world is going to be shocked by it, is what I'm being told. And this could be the world, you know, that you're part of in some kind of way, maybe the world of publishing or the world of music, or indeed the whole wide world. This is absolutely beautiful. I'm going to leave this right here, okay? This is sacral chakra energy. I'm hearing spiritual goddess, spiritual priest, a deity level consciousness who's done something for the world that no one else could do in quite the same way. They're saying, yeah, you will need a break. You will need a break after the big reaction you get, because it's going to be, I'm hearing the applause, a deafening sound of applause, you know. This is from elders in other realms, non-physical beings, spirit guides, but also on the earth plane. Total new reality. The old life is fading away and your new status is coming into being. Big changes. Well done. I've enjoyed reading this. I hope this reading's helped. Lots of love.